December is here, and that means party time. And the question that somebody asked me when I just started my career was, when you get your salary for April, you use it in May. Like, you don't use it in April. So why is it that when you get your salary in December, you want to use it in December? My first tip to not being broke in January is don't use all your money in December. And there's a couple of ways that you can do this. One that people find very controversial that I tell a lot of people to do is tell your employer to actually withhold your salary until like 5th of January. Maybe you could tell them to do half. Or because what happens is that in December you get your salary early, the other thing that you could do is actually pay your January bills in December. That way, when it comes, you're not stuck. You paid for rent, you bought most of your food, at least buy some like rice and bosho. That way you're not starving. And then now from there, you're set on your basics. Then now the second thing that you need to do is really plan. So the reason why December gets so crazy is because there's a party here, there's a party there, there's a concert, there's a trip you're taking, and all these things end up costing a lot of money, especially because you're not at work, you're spending more. So what you want to do is, I usually say December starts on 12th, as in that's when the holiday starts. So literally make a plan from 12th all the way to about 5th of January or whenever it is you're going back to work. Actually write down what you're going to do every day and put a cost to it. You'll very quickly realize if you can afford it or if you can't. And then that way you can make these decisions in advance so that in the moment I can only do drinks 5 times in that week of 12th to 24th. So I'll decide in advance which 5 times I want to do that. And then that way I'm not digging into money I don't have to fun time. So those are my 2 tips. Pay your bills in advance and plan so that you know if you can afford things in advance of having to make the decision about whether to spend money or not. The other thing I would do is, you're going to be traveling up country, you're going to be going out of town, buy some of your stuff in bulk or buy it in shags if you're going to shags because it's cheaper to do that. Split your costs with your cousins, with your aunties, with whoever. That way you're not all bringing 5 ungas to Shosho's house. It kind of saves money across the board for everyone involved, and it saves you from spending that money that you didn't really have to spend. And then what else would I say? With gifting, because this is the season to give, budget for it. Like, just have a budget for giving and create boundaries around that. So if you have a family where you give each other gifts, maybe suggest that, there's a limit on the amount of money you can spend on the gift. Remember that also the spirit of giving is not really about the material thing, but also about how you make someone feel. So get into some DIY, maybe just find ways to pinch here and there. That way you're not just like splurging. And it all starts with planning. So plan to play your things in advance and understand what you're expected to pay in December so that you don't have to be making those decisions in the moment. You've already pre-made them.